Good evening, everybody. On this edition of Look Up Aurora, I wanted to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is space Lego. Now, it's cold, it's March, we're going to have lots of snow, and so if you're stuck inside and you want to do something, maybe pick up a space Lego kit or build one that you already have, or just make your own creation with all of the different Lego you probably already have. And so I'm a huge collector of Lego space. As a kid, I would get it, I would build all the things that I wanted to build, then I'd tear it all apart and build something new. And then, of course, growing up, I've been trying to resurrect some of the things that I really enjoyed. My first kit was this cool Space Force kit when I was little. I don't get, or Space Police. I don't understand Space Police that much. But it's definitely a Lego series that's been around forever. I just wanted a spaceship, and this is a pretty cool spaceship. I actually used to throw this down the stairs, and then I would time myself on how long it took me to rebuild it. So, unfortunately, this is not my original one. I still have some of the parts, but obviously being thrown down the stairs for so many times, you tend to lose some parts, and some parts break. So I found this on eBay. It was super cheap, and I'm really glad to have it back in my collection. One of the other kits that I resurrected, this is my very, very favorite kit when I was little. It was the Space Shuttle on the plane. This kit was amazing. I love the Space Shuttle. I think it's one of the coolest things that's ever been built. Of course, I built it. I kept it built for quite a long time for me, but it had been built and rebuilt and then parted out for other things so many times. Eventually, I went and dug through all my parts bins and found most of the parts and ordered a few replacement parts. But this was a really big favorite, and man, Lego's come a long ways. This thing wouldn't be sold these days. It's super blocky and chunky and not very Space Shuttle-like, but it was brilliant, and it was one of my very favorite kits when I was little. Moving on to today. So this is kind of the equivalent, and these have come down in price quite a bit. This is the Lego Creator one. I think this is like $20, $30. It comes with a little trailer that I don't have here, but this is a great little space shuttle. They also make some really cool Mars stuff, and they're more futuristic space shuttles, and they're kind of, I kind of think of them as like based off the Martian series. They look really, really great, and if you want to find out some more information about those, stay tuned for the upcoming Lego Club meeting on Facebook, and you might get a chance to get one of those. So, awesome space shuttles. I just collect space shuttles. I have this one. I've got this little tiny one. I think this is like a bag kit. And then I have this one, which is from the Lego, Lego's Women of NASA series. That came out, and it was 3 different little platforms here. So this is Mae Jemison and Sally Ride next to the space shuttle. So that was really cool. And then Nancy Roman with the Hubble Space Telescope, and it's actually a really good Hubble Space Telescope. And so that's really awesome. And then my personal favorite, because I'm a software engineer, aerospace software engineer, is Margaret Hamilton next to her big pile of books. It's kind of a classic picture. You can find it on the internet, but they made it into a little scene, and I love this. And I think it's so cool to celebrate the women of NASA, and I really think that was really cool that NASA did that, or NASA and Lego did that. Kind of going on to some of my bigger kits that I really enjoy. Guys, this might be familiar to some of us who've been keeping up with space news. Perseverance just landed. Yay! We have video from the landing, which is so cool. This is not Perseverance. This is Curiosity. This is done under the Lego Cuso program back in the day, which is now Lego Ideas. But basically, some fan made this, and Lego had the ability, you could upload your plans, and then people would vote. And this is one of them that won, and it's a super detailed Lego Curiosity. Like, its wheels work like Curiosity's wheels. It has the RTG in the back. It's fantastic. Some people had release plans and had to update it to make it look like Perseverance, but I'm a big Curiosity fan, so Curiosity will always be near and dear to my heart. But Lego doesn't have to be all realistic. Of course, here's the X-Wing. This is a really great kit. They redo the X-Wing every couple of years, it seems. I really like this one. You can open and close you can open and close those, and of course, you've got Luke and R2-D2. So this is a great X-Wing, and you can find these in really different formats. You can get them from like the little bags and the little tiny figures, to kind of like your smaller $20 kits to, I think this one is like $60 or $70. So you can pretty much find an X-Wing in every single price range. They're great kits. I love the X-Wing. This is always like one of my favorite ships when I was little. So really glad to have it in Lego form. And so you can find a lot of Lego Star Wars, especially now that they've partnered with Disney. The old Disney owns Star Wars. There's a ton more kits out there. So if I had had this many chances for Star Wars Lego when I was this age, I would have had a lot less money. But I really love this kit. So X-Wings are awesome. And then, kind of going back to some more of the realistic ones, you can still buy this kit. I actually saw this at Target the other day. Normally, you have to buy this from the Lego store, but this is the Lunar Lander. Let me put the front door towards the front. But it actually detaches and flies away. It's super detailed. There's a lot of internal detail. It is a great kit, and there's and it comes on like this really cool platform, and it says Apollo 11 Lunar Lander on it. So it's fantastic. Highly recommend. It's a great build. Really fun, and there's a lot of hidden detail that you can't see here. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. I really enjoy it. Of course, it has a little brother, which is the original inspiration, which is this little guy here. This actually goes into my giant Saturn V that I have up here. It'll actually fit inside. But I can't move my Saturn V because it has a cool light effects kit on it. And then finally, we have the space station back here. I won't move it. It's very fiddly. The space station's very fiddly on its own. If you want to watch a great movie about that, check out Gravity. The space station's a great kit, though. You can keep updating it too, and you can keep moving modules and moving spacecraft as spacecraft come and go. So if you're into that kind of thing, the space station kit's really, really great. It's much better than the original space station kit. I actually had one of those. It's like 10 years old. I rebuilt it. It didn't look like the space station, and I had to go back and look at old pictures of the space station at that time, and it's really impressive how much has changed on the space station. I'm just like, these kits look nothing alike. Where does this piece go, and where does this piece go? And it turns out it was all moved around, literally moved whole sections and then threw off half of it. And so the space station's always evolving. So that's kind of a fun kit to keep up to date with. Just pull parts out of your bin and add extra things to it as they keep working on the space station. It's supposed to be up till 2024 at the very least, and then we'll see how funding keeps going with it, and as well as the engineering, making sure everything's safe. So that is some of my Lego space, and I love Lego. I love Lego space. It's like the perfect way to express my space nerdom. So there will be a Facebook program for Lego Space for the Lego Club. So check that out. Otherwise, keep looking up, Aurora.